Happy Wednesday. It's June 23rd. I've got some really interesting news, something that I think is really a nice thing. We know that in the Villages, Florida, there's a lot of things that are going on all the time, like with nightlife, and there's entertainment on the town squares, right? Brownwood, which is near 44, um, or Sumter Landing, which is in between 466 and 466A, and you've got Spanish Springs near 441. But something to really pay attention to is some of the other places, because a lot of times villagers, people that live in the villages, want to see something. They want to eat somewhere else. I'm seeing a lot of people, they're dining in, in Ocala. They're looking for nightlife. They're looking for different things besides what's in the squares. And I want to share with you. I'm doing a share screen now on some of the things that are happening in the city of Wildwood, which I find really, really fascinating. And I think we really need to look at, what's happening in Wildwood and all the different things that they're planning on doing when we're talking about, for instance, we're looking at the downtown project, right? Like they're talking about, slowing down traffic, widening crosswalks. They're planning on doing a lot of different things. And I think, when we're looking at this, we have to look at, the area. It's not, we're probably talking about a 6 or 7 block radius, span here, where if you're familiar with the city of Wildwood, which is basically west of the villages, and right now it's kind of west and central in the villages, right off of a road called 466A and 44A that intersects with 301. 301 goes north and south. This area here, which is, from the railroad tracks north, which is a couple of blocks, 4 or 5 blocks south of the overpass bridge here, they want to really turn it into an area that's going to inspire people to, you know, open up restaurants, have people walk, some nice quaint shops, and there's some things there already, but they're really planning on, the city of Wildwood is going to spend some money on parking, right? There's going to be some parking areas like on the side of 301. 301 is just going to be, an area here. There'll be a median. There'll be some trees. They're going to beautify that particular area, that 6 or 7 block area, to make it aesthetically pleasing. It's going to slow down traffic because there's probably 25,000 vehicles that are passing and passing through Wildwood every single day at least, and a lot of them are trucks. So they're going to slow it down. They're going to allow people to walk. So you're looking at this by 2025. They're using these numbers here. So they're trying to improve safety. They're probably planning on getting this done over the next 2 to 3 years. And some things that they're looking at here is, making sure that there are sidewalks everywhere, of course, some bike lanes, and having some areas where it's just going to be nicer. It's going to be a more pleasant place to be around. And I think what that does is it really give you an idea of the crosswalks here, right? Like that's widening the crosswalks and mid-block crossings and allow people to go from one side of the street to the other, because right now you can't, right? And they're also talking about medians, and this is a good example of a roundabout that they're going to have, and that's how it's probably going to look. You can find this actually on wildwood-fl.gov, right? You can find it there, downtown master plan, some trees, and just beautify it a little bit there. So those are some things that they're planning on. They actually had a workshop this week that I was part of and wanted to get a feel for what was going on. And I think what's really important is that I think it's going to allow for additional nightlife, additional things for people to do. I think that's the big thing here, and we have to be mindful of that. And look, it's right there. Wildwood literally is adjacent to the villages and everything that the villages has to offer. So I think it's going to greatly impact the villages. I think it's going to greatly impact especially the villages that are nearby, like on 466, whether it's Pine Ridge or Pinellas, or Buttonwood in that area. Of course, that's going to be very close. But really, what we know is that that whole area is a cut through for the northern section of the villages all the way through going to the turnpike. So I think it's going to be a big plus. So check that out. Stay tuned. I'll give you updates as they're getting closer and closer and doing some things, but I want to make sure that everybody's kind of abreast, especially if you're not in this area. Even for the people that are local and you're watching this, you may not know of all the things that the city of Wildwood has planned. So really, really positive things. Definitely 2 thumbs up for the city of Wildwood. If you have questions about it, feel free to connect. You can find me at 352-572-3796. I'm Glenn. And if you haven't subscribed, then please do. That'd be great. We'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, take care.